Resin, pigments, more in the pinks today. A mold. It's a ring holder mold, a ring holder or bracelet holder. Well, let's get started and let's see how it goes. See you in a second. Hello, I hope you are well. So we are going to use this mold. It's a cone, nothing more, nothing less. So it's going to be in 2 steps. I'll have to let it dry in between. First, I'm going to fill this mold up to about this size with my pigments. And then you'll see what I'm going to fill it with. I have to let it dry between the 2 steps, let it harden more exactly. I'm going to pour my resin into the little cups. I'm preparing them. Well, I'll save you a lot of things. I remove the bubbles a little, that's it, and now I'm going to try and put roughly the same amount in each cup. Just about. Now I need to put in my pigments. I'm going to use a teaspoon, little teaspoon. There's not much resin in each cup. I think there's about 40 milliliters in each little cup. Sorry. So I'm going to put in these pink pigments. Well, at least there's a dark pink, a light pink, and a pearly one that was pink highlights. I'm not normally a pink girl. Anyway, they were very pretty. They have very nice pearly shades. I'm going to continue. I'm not inflicting the whole thing on you because there's no interest in seeing me mixing pigment. In any case, these pigments have a very pretty pearly color you'll see at the end. I was really surprised because these are pigments bought from Temu and I didn't think they were necessarily of good quality. I don't know, I had a bit of an a priori. Well, no, they're really pretty. I like the colors. So, now I mix. And now we are pouring. So, I've got an idea in mind. As always, when you start out, you have a little idea of what you want to do. Small, hey? Small. So, I'm going to take my 3 cups. Well, you can't see much. As it often the case, I'm out of frame. Luckily, I had a little look. So, here I am, bringing my mold for a little, and you see I take my 3 cups at the same time. I could also have put them in a cup with compartments, and then I'll pour these 3 at the same time. Well, I have an idea, but I'm not at all sure it's going to do what I'd like. Should have put them layer by layer, but it's not great, so I'm trying with these 3 at once. You can see it's quite pointy at the end, and it's a bubble trap, of course. So with my little stick I go in gently to avoid damaging the mold, and I could see that there was indeed an air bubble stuck at the bottom. Let's see if I can dislodge it without making too many mistakes. In other words, without mixing all my resin. Because if I mix everything inside, it won't do at all what I had in mind. And yes, this bubble is stuck. But I'll get it out. Yes. I hope there won't be any more during the drying process, because that happens sometimes. And now I have to clean the sides of my mold too, because I don't want any resin to run out. It's funny, isn't it? Because I'm not at all a person who wears pink, who uses pink a lot. Yes, it's funny. I chose these colors. It's funny for me. I'd also like to take the opportunity to thank my new subscribers. It's really nice. I really appreciate it. So don't hesitate to subscribe if you haven't already. It's free. And don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up because it really helps my channel. And of course a comment. That always makes me happy. I try to reply within 24 hours. Sometimes it can take 48 hours, but that's very rare. I really try to reply as quickly as possible. So I continue my little cleanup. I'm also going to pass my flame very quickly, of course, so as not to damage the mold. A little alcohol, and now that's left to do is dry, harden. Okay, everything's hardened. I don't think I'm getting the effect I'd hoped. The darkest pink has taken over from the other two. I should have used less. Don't know. Yes, maybe I should have used less. I can see through the sides of the mold, and there are small differences, but not as much as I would like. For the second part, I'm going to fill it with these little pieces of crushed glass. They are tiny, really tiny. I put a little bit in a cup and I pour some resin over it. I still need quite a bit because the mold is flared. And now I'm going to open the box carefully because I don't want to tell you if it spills. That would be a nightmare. And then I fill my little cup with many spoonfuls of this crushed glass. I'll speed it up, don't worry. Then I realize that, as it often the case, I'm out of my frame. In fact, what I'm after is a kind of how can I say just a paste, something a bit thick to put over my roses. So that's really a paste of crushed glass. So it's a completely dry and inert material, so no problem for the resin to harden. And that's not bad at all. So you can see I'm adding quite a lot. Now I'm going to pour into my mold to see how it looks. So is it enough? Is it not enough? It's still quite liquid. It's thick, but not thick enough for my taste. Well, I've still got some resin left. I'm going to add a little more because, first of all, I'm not at the top of the mold. I pour until I get to the top, and then I add the other little pieces of glass. I add more. I mix. And these crushed glass are heavier than the resin, so it flows and leaves me a little bit of transparent resin at the top, and it's not what I want. I can add more, so it raises the level of the resin, but it's not quite what I want. So now I'm faced with a choice. What do I do? Leave it like that, wait it to dry? I'm not happy with that. I've got a ton of bubbles rising to the surface. Well, normal with these foreign bodies in the resin. So what I'm going to do? Okay, I'm adding some Rebel glitters silver to this clear resin. They are very fine glitters. I'm going to add a little spoon. I don't know if I'm doing it right or not. I don't know. And then I'll stir just that little bit of resin that's come to the surface. I like the swirls. The swirls are fun. I'd like it to stay like that, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. I try to mix them well so they don't stay on the surface. I also run my stick around them to get the bubbles, of course. The damned bubble! Okay, that's good. You see, the swirl is already over. Well, I've added enough. I don't want to overdo it though. And now, all I have to do is cure this resin. See you in a second. And that's it. Everything has cured nicely. I went back several times to check for bubbles, but no bubbles. Now time to demold. I don't know if I can do it easily. It's easy at first. It's flexible, no problem. Then we get to a much complicated part. The thinner it gets, the harder it gets. And then there's the reinforcement of the mold. So I've got to get a little bit of air in, a little bit of that sort of thing. I'm going to cut because it took me a while. I was trying to pull, etc., but it wasn't working. So I put a little bit of water in the mold, and voila, it's out. Well, it's not too bad. It's not what I wanted, but yes, it's nice. As you can see, I didn't get the pink gradations I wanted. The darker pink has definitely taken over the other pink. But there are still small differences. And down there, you can see that it's a bit maroonish. In fact, I realized that there's a kind of dust in these little pieces of crushed glass, but I only realized it afterwards. Apparently, this dust came to the surface and gave me this. So it's a good thing I put glitters on. Whoa, focus, please, 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 focus. Oh dear. Yes. Yes, I noticed there was this dust. I couldn't have known that before. Too bad. But yes, a good thing I put these glitters on. With the light I have in my room, it looks really brown, but in a few seconds, I'll show you some photos taken in daylight. You'll see that it's not quite like that. And it's true that it's a bit disturbing. I'll find out some other time. I might rinse it off and let it dry. So, the photos. Beautiful, I like. Yes, and here with the reflection in the mirror. Not too bad. Tell me what you think. Don't hesitate to comment, of course. We'll see you soon for new adventures. Take good care of yourself. Bye.